Hi people, I'm watching Jeffrey Dahmer on the gay serial killer in America in the 90s. I've been eating chocolate cookies from Domino's. On Lee's TV because he's gone to bed. I'm staying the weekend. And it's just reminding me of my day today. Gosh. Let's just say I like taking risks. Where to begin? Well, I got up as I normally do, got ready, which usually takes an hour. Met up with my friend, met up with a guy called Ricky. He took me to the park and met up with Ricky in Stourbridge. He took me to the park in Stourbridge and he yeah. Put a bag over my face like that. But to be fair, he did stuff because I sort of ran off, kind of thing. Well, not ran off, but I sort of backed away and he did kind of stop. And then straight afterwards I went to the gay sauna in Stourbridge. Heroes it's called. That was an experience. There was a guy in the hot tub. I was about to say jacuzzi, but that's a bit old fashioned. There was a guy in the hot tub who kept jittering. His whole body kept going like this. You know, he's not his head. I mean his hips. His hips kept going like this. About every 10 seconds. And I noticed the other people getting in the hot tub were a bit nervous, seemed nervous. I must be quite tough because I found him intriguing. I found him intriguing rather than nervous. When other people find someone nervous, I usually find that person intriguing, interesting. I could give you a load of names, but I won't. Yeah. Him next door. No, no, I'm just talking. I get attracted to what people find odd or maybe mentally unstable, or let's say with issues. I seem to be attracted to them kind of people, and always have. Maybe because I've got issues. Maybe, perhaps that's what it is. But yeah, this guy I found out during the day. Because I didn't actually stay with him in the hot tub, I got out of the hot tub. But I definitely found him intriguing. But the reason I got out of the hot tub is because he was doing things in the hot tub that could have got him chucked out and could have got me chucked out. For instance, he was shoving his cock down the back of my throat. Yeah, and I says to him, oh, we're not supposed to do that in this hot tub, but we can get chucked out for that. You can do it in all the other rooms, but the hot tub is like my sanctuary. Well, probably a lot of guys in there. It's like a quiet place where you can't really do much, kind of thing. So I went about, I walked around and stuff, and then later in the day, just as I had to leave, about 6 o'clock, I went upstairs to check who was up there, and he was upstairs. And he's a big guy, 16 stones of muscles, he was saying. Well, I asked him, he didn't brag about it, I asked him, because he's built like a blooming I says, is he on steroids? He says he used to be on steroids, yeah. Yeah, what was making me nervous was that he was taking cocaine. He had a thing and he was sniffing it up his nose. He must have money to have all that because he kept pulling it out from somewhere. Yeah, so I was a fool. I should have left when everyone else left. As everyone was leaving, he says to me, he went like this. He was like this, and I followed him because, as I say, I found him intriguing, interesting. I followed him, and then he says to the gaffer, the man, the boss, the manager. He says, is it if we go up there for 10 minutes? And the manager says, no, we close now. So he says to me, he says, I'll give him this. He says, give him this tenner. And I said, I can't do that. And he gave him the tenner. He didn't physically hurt me. He just sort of, for about a whole hour, he was making me suck his cock and he was telling me things that were scary. It was mainly mental. First he was asking me, have I got a boyfriend? I says no. And he says, do I want a boyfriend? And I says yeah, because I'm thinking yeah, because he's really hot. I says yeah. I says look how hot you are. He was hot. He looked like one of them bodybuilders that you see on the TV. Even the guys in the gym aren't that big. He was massive. I think that was scaring me as well, the size of him. Yeah. So then he's saying to me, he's like shouting for me to suck harder, kind of thing, suck harder. Keep sucking, you're not doing it properly. And he wants me to call him master and things like that, and sir, which I did. I don't know. I think it was a bit much because I was almost in tears almost. I was trying to get out of there towards the end because I was finding him a bit too. I says to him at one point, I says, how heavy are you? And he says 16 stone. And I thought, fuck. I says to him, I'm nervous. He says, why are you nervous for? And I said, because of the size of you. Because his arms are like massive, his muscles are like massive, and whoa, and he was taking Viagra. He was taking Viagra tablets at the same time he's taking coke. He's asking me to on it. I'm like, no, don't take drugs of any description, not even ibuprofen or painkillers. I don't take any drugs I take is chocolate and caffeine and dangerous men. So he says, oh, would you dress feminine? I says, yeah. He says, that's good. He says he wants to give me a girly name. And then he's telling me that after we leave there, he's going to bend me over bar and fuck me. And then he's saying he's going to get horses to fuck me. I'm thinking, what is he going on about? So, yeah. Usually it's fairly quiet, isn't it? I mean, there were one or two guys that were being forceful with me, but not. They were older guys, so they're not really. it's not really forceful, if you know what I mean, because people lose strength as they get old. But this guy definitely was. I don't think he was even trying, and he was holding his head, so he was face fucking me basically, and he was holding my head in place, and I couldn't even move my head. I was choking, I was gagging, and I couldn't even move my head because he was way stronger than me basically. So it was reminded me a bit of David. I was almost crying while he was face fucking me. I was more or less crying. I go into that mood where I'm just like, how can I put it? I'm going to a mood where I'm just like whining kind of thing. And I used to do that with David. I used to literally whine while he was while he was fucking me or while he was face fucking me. I used to whine, and then I thought he was going to hit me around the head because I wasn't doing it as fast as he wanted me to. But luckily he didn't. But I think most of it was bull, to be honest, because he says to me, he told me a load of lies, and I did start to realise towards the end that he was lying about stuff. Because first he was saying I could be his boyfriend, and then he told me at another point he says he's got a black boyfriend, and then he told me another point that he's not really his boyfriend. And then when we left, and I says, "Do you want to come back to mine?" He says, "No, he's got to go back to his missus." I thought, "Oh my gosh!" But that was an experience. Because usually the guys in there are older than me. Usually, I mean, there's one or two that are younger than me, but not many. And there's not many dominant guys in there. Most of them are either bottoms or versatile. Not many of them. Not many of them are tops, and not many of them are dominant tops like he was. He had a few guys running around after him. He was an Asian guy who was a bottom, and he was running around after him as well. I was trying to push the Asian guy out of the way so I could sort of get closer to him. But it's a bit I was a bit disappointed, but at the same time I was relieved because I was thinking it was going through my head while I was with him. I was thinking, fuck, he would wreck me if I got with him. He would wreck me. I could just see it. He would wreck me because like he was come across as dangerous. He probably isn't. I says to him at one point, I says, "You're not going to beat me up, are you, when we leave here?" And he says, "Yeah." I should have known from that. Because the ones that actually do beat you up are the ones that say they won't, but they do anyway. I should have known. I should take my own advice. The ones that say they're going to beat you up usually don't. But the ones that go quiet, the ones that don't. If you ask a guy, is he going to beat you up? And he says, yeah, he usually won't. But he's usually just showing off or whatever. But if you ask a guy, is he going to beat you up? And he goes quiet, he doesn't answer. That's when you got to leave, because that's the sign. When you say to a guy, "Are you going to beat me up?" and he goes all quiet, completely quiet, that is a sign that you need to leave. Yeah. Just to do leave cleaning today. As you can see, I haven't done it because I've been out all day at the gay store and I'm meeting Ricky. Both of them have got partners by the look of it. Both Ricky but I'm talking to a guy in London, a black guy, and he might be off recon, and he might be the one, perhaps, maybe, possibly. He's dominant as well. Is there any others, I think? I've got two on Plenty of Fish I'm chatting to. I've also got a white guy in Worcester I'm chatting to. He's one of my exes, Kieran. Um, I've also got back in touch with Tyrell and says I was missing him, but he's ignoring me, so I don't think that's going to happen. But so I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. You can see I've got a few baskets with many eggs in. So that's it really. Who wants a boring life? Who wants a boring life? That is the moral of the story. Life is for the living. You cannot overcome karma without exploring your dark side as well as. See, Christianity tells you to be good, this, that, and the other. But spirituality doesn't. Spirituality says explore every part of your mind, body, and soul, and then you'll be able to overcome karma. You can't do it through compulsion, which is what Christianity teaches. For instance, to say it's wrong to be gay or whatever. That is what Christians believe, or Christianity, or Catholics, or whatever, Roman Catholic Church. But spirituality is a higher form of spirituality in the sense that it says embrace everything, embrace the light, embrace the darkness down below, and embrace yourself in your heart, and that's how you go beyond. Not by forcing yourself to deny any part of yourself, but by exploring every part of yourself can you go beyond.